I probably should have showed this before I started. But as you can see, all the garlic is starting to turn brown. And this bed especially is starting to lay over. The other bed, some of it was laying over, but not all of it. But I went ahead and harvested that bed down on the corner, which is all of this. And there were a few small ones in there because I had missed the garlic scapes. So there's like 3 that the garlic scapes are still on there, and they're kind of small. So like right here, they were kind of hiding. But the rest of them were bigger, and some of the biggest ones were starting to crack open to where you could see the cloves. So it was time for them to come out. And these are smaller, but this is a smaller variety, I believe. This was some extra cloves that I had left over from last year that were in that box on my porch. So I'm not sure what all's in here. I know it's garlic, but I'm not sure what kinds, but I'm thinking it's the Russian red because what I'm pulling out has that purpley red tint to it, and they're on the smaller side. So we're going to go ahead and get these out just because they're looking pretty bad, and I don't think they're going to grow anymore. So we're going to get this out, and that way I can use these 2 beds now for some of the extra plants that I have in the greenhouse. And I'm debating on pulling these onions. I pulled 1 bed of onions already, but these were put in later, and they're looking, some of them are still looking pretty good, but some of them are laying over. But that could have been damage from the chickens. So I may, if I pull these, I'm probably going to have to just go ahead and dehydrate them and not try to dry them like I'm doing the others. So that may be what I do. But I'll leave them in for today so I can get all this garlic set up. So what I'm doing, especially because these are laid over so bad, so they're really not strong enough to pull, is I'm just taking this fork and going way out and then pulling back and lifting. And so that loosens it enough for me to pull the garlic. Shake some of that dirt off. There we go. And then add them to the cart. Those are kind of small. Now that is a cart full of garlic. Whew. So normally when I do my garlic, I lay it out like I did my onions over here, facing each other, bulbs not touching, greenery laying off the sides. Kind of like I did with these small ones here. This was, I think, the music garlic, and it didn't get very big. I've got some few, I have a few that are decent size, but those I think those are mixed in with the Russian red, and there was one other kind, I can't remember. But most of what was in the music area is the smaller. So I have them laid out on this screen table, and this is how I did it last year. But I saw on, I believe it's the Holler Homestead, they did it with like 2x4s, and they had them like propped up. And I had that, but after the second time that it fell, I decided to lay the boards flat to give them more stability and clamped them down while I was working. But once I got that figured out, I really like that method. So I have 2 rows of garlic clamped in between boards, hanging upside down to dry. So that was actually a major space saver because I did not have enough room on the onion shelf because they're not done yet. Definitely didn't have enough room on this table. I could have gotten quite a bit more. So, and I don't want to lay them out just on the floor because they wouldn't be getting air underneath. And then my husband might also get mad because, you know, this is his shop in progress. So he might not want his floor completely destroyed. I think it's bad enough that I'm already having to take it over to dry things out here. But, you know, we are in the barn. And this was a great place because the whole front is still open. He hasn't put up this wall. So there's a lot of airflow, but yet it's completely covered from any of the elements that are happening. So this was a great place to do this. So the onions are almost done. There's still some green left. So I'm going to give those like 2 more weeks. I think they've been in here about a week. So I'm going to give them at least another week and check on them. And then we'll see where they're at. And then I'll probably have some more to go out here that need to be harvested. But yeah, I'm really digging this method. So thanks, Holler Homestead. And I think he mentioned that he saw it on someone else's. But I can't remember who he said. But I did see it on the Holler Homestead. So I am digging that method right there versus the typical way I lay garlic out on screens or open shelves. So that is my garlic harvest, y'all. I'm excited. Even though some of them are really little, I mean, some of these are a really good size. So I think we did good. So I know this was a short video, but I wanted to do a follow-up on harvesting the garlic. I'm going to link up here the original video on planting garlic, and at the end I will leave a video about 3 ways to preserve garlic. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.